Okay, so first article got complete. This is going to start second article now. Same topic, same name, everything else. But now we're using the bulk blog writer, and we're going to let it see that it's a listicle type of article. Matt has added that type of functionality and understanding logic to the background within ZimmWriter. So I'm going to set that, again, all the exact same settings that we use for single click, for one click creation. And so I'm going to let this run. And again, I will pause the recording before going to the next step, save some time, not wasting all your time while I'm sitting here blabbing about nothing like I am right now. All right, that was pretty quick and easy, so that part got done. Let's see what, where's that output file here? Nope. ZimmWriter. Output. Okay, now this was from the bulk. And let's just take a quick peek. Let me copy this over to Dillinger here. Top 3 picks. All right, let's copy all this, see what kind of... So earlier, when I didn't realize that the software crashed on recording, I put that first output from ZimmWriter, from the one click, and you'll see that the score isn't that great, and it doesn't talk about anything. It doesn't mention any of the products, doesn't cover it, so you got to understand that's the limitation of one click. You can't do listicles with it, doesn't understand what it looks like. So running this answers the question. I don't need to bother Matt. No, the one click does not recognize that it is a listicle and feeds off the other scripting. Although I may suggest it to him today. That would be a good idea. You'll also see I really didn't bring in any of the products or anything like that, so it's very short. It's 851 words. It's mostly an FAQ, but it doesn't actually answer the question. So let's erase this. And this is the new article from the blog writer? Yeah, the bulk blog writer. So you'll see again, scores at 47. It just doesn't have these couple terms in an H2. That's easy to put in, no big deal. Doesn't include the terms anywhere. Not many of the extended terms. I don't see any of the brand names marked in green anywhere. Can I filter this and show only... Well, it doesn't matter, never mind. So, let's see, budget affordable, compact, indulge, and blah, 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 high-end luxury. Doesn't mention any of them. So, we'll go to the next tool, and that would be bulk. No, I just did bulk. So we're going to do Penny Arcade. So this gets creative. So let's go find someone with that exact search term. So what was our term here? 3 best outdoor kitchen pizza. 3 best outdoor pizza ovens for 2023. Well, go back to the trusty SERP API. Put that term in. We're going to choose no selection. We don't care about US, Brazil. We're not trying to go regionally. We're just, just seeing what the SERPs are. Food Network makes sense. New York Times makes sense. Food and Wine makes sense. The Spruce makes sense. So let's see. Pizza oven. It's not outdoor. Let's see if there's an exact match term for this. Ooh. So, if you see the expression on my face, you realize I just found gold. Like, I could actually rank this article. There's nothing out there. Sure. I don't know. It's interesting. What a topic. What an interesting little find. So, if you guys are interested in that type of stuff, and that's your niche or your anything related, look at that. There's nothing. Sponsored ad, one website, no forums, no nothing. Not very common. I'm curious what Bing will say. There we go. They have a piece of people also asked section. Google didn't. Just saying. Have you smokers, vacuum sealers, accessories? Huh. Okay. Give me something to look into later. You guys as well. Just a little sidetrack there. That says something there. So what did I? Let's go back there. Oops. I don't want that. Let's go back. What was that? Let's see if we can do Tom's Guide. Tom's Guide's a pretty big, valuable spot. However, I'm sure I'm probably going to have to put this in. To scrape owls. I mean, I can almost guarantee that. So I'll save that. Go back to our Penny Arcade. Oops. Suggestions. How many are on here? So I'm going to do my little header thing here. You can see this. And I'm going to drop this into a text doc here real quick. And just paste that in there, and this is what I get. So, not too shabby. I can actually take this and clean this up later on for using in like the SEO writer for the same concept. We'll choose what we want, okay? We'll go through that in the next part, because that's the next tool we're going to use. And again, we're going to show you all the different possible outcomes of each one of these tools, since you guys want to see that. And then once these are done, I'll take these individual pieces. I'm going to go back into NeuuronWriter and build the article out the way that I want, using the pieces from the different tools. I mean, this costs not even $1 to produce all these different items, and it just gives me a better output in the long run. I do this not for like my family site stuff, but like for clients and topical money sites, stuff like that. There's so many options available within ZimmWriter that there's no reason that you can't just stack them together. And I'll even show you something funny later on. I don't know if it's going to work well with this, but we'll try it anyways. So let me get this going. I'm going to use original title. Tables, I don't need tables, lists, yes. Professional. How many? This is the other reason I copy it off too. So they have 11 here that they're covering. So even though the article might be called something else, I'm just going to put 11 here anyways, and let it do its thing, and then I'll figure out where we're going from there. Again, we're just going to be choosing pieces and parts. This is just one possible method. Do whatever you want. Still back to ruler because I know my brother-in-law's personality. I don't need a conclusion. I'm putting the prompt here just because I do like seeing those and using like the ZimmWriter bulk blog importer that you can get from Gumroad. I'll try and put a link down in that later on too. It has the ability to create and generate images through multiple sources, pixels or pexels or whatever it's called. And you get your own API, add that in there. Great guy, buy the pro version. Just totally worth it. He's been a part of the community for a long time and definitely deserves that support. But he's enabled and adding more features and functions, but he's enabled the ability to put in APIs to get even AI image generation, which is amazing. So check that out. And then still no videos, all same settings. So I'm going to start this. Again, I'll pause the video and we'll see you in a few. Okay, so this next one is done. Let me get this moved over to our other folder here. And let's see. This was the Penny Arcade. Now, I'm willing to bet you that of all the outputs that I have this do without going deep in creating the SEO blog writer, the SEO writer, the Penny Arcade's going to be the best. I haven't looked at it yet, but I'm telling you, I'm going to open that one right now, and that's going to get it right, or pretty darn close. So let's get past the keywords. Here's the beginning of the title. Scroll down. Go over to Dillinger. Dude. Let's see, tested and rated. So again, check that article out. I did choose to, if I remember correctly, to use exact title. So that's probably what that was. There we go. Product number 1, product number 2, actual information. Again, it's AI. I don't know how accurate it's going to be with this information, but you definitely always want to double check this type of stuff. Product number 3, 4, 5. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Oh, this is great. And all the, look at this. Ha. Lists, tables. Matt, what you do is fantastic, my man. Seriously. I am always just so impressed with the upgrades and the new features. And I played with this sample already, so I already knew it was going to be the best of the automated ones. So truly just a great way to start off and save a lot of time in doing content creation. So ZimmWriter right now is my current favorite AI animation content writing software. It's just that I can use the magic commands everywhere. You know, being disabled, I don't want to have to type a lot. My hands hurt a lot. I don't have arthritis or anything, but and so for me, it is the great way to go. I use it extensively. Emails, replying to a couple of private messages from family or friends who's got questions, or, sometimes it's easier. I have this one that says it's basically a magic command to reply to this response in this sort of way because it matches my personality, And I've done that on more than one occasion. In fact, I probably replied using that magic command 75 times to friends and stuff. So, and I've told them, I was like, and I'll tease a couple. I'm like, so, do you think I replied to you? So like, yeah, it's totally you. I'm like, you're right. And I'll do another one. You think that was me? Like, yeah, totally you. Nope. ZimmWriter. Like, I'm always, and I don't say AI, I specifically say ZimmWriter, because I have friends who do content work and translation work and some other stuff, or office work in general. Emails, I mean, just corporate-wise, I see so many ways that this tool can be used, and so I'm always trying to mention it to them. And one of my friends goes, "Dude, you really love that software." I'm like, "Yeah, absolutely, bro. It's such a time waster." Anyways, back to what we're talking about. So, yeah, this new built-in thing where it recognizes listicles by the phrasing, the top, the best, the list, whatever. So, right on map. So that one's moved over. Close this one out here. Let's see. Sorry, cat climbing around. The SEO writer. Now, do you remember that outline we copied earlier? This was from that site, right? Same thing. Is this something I want to try? I mean, we can play around with it. But let's see what happens. Ooh. Nice little subtopics there we could actually turn into articles or something like that. So, cut and paste, drop those in there. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Oh, again, yeah, that even the Penny Arcade exact same article. So yeah, it was that heading from that page that we were scraping for the URL. I wonder if I still have that. Sure enough. Can't see what I'm doing, but I apologize. I forget that it's not on that screen. So I copied this outline, and I came over here and I chose option 1. And what that does is it automatically creates this beautiful, beautiful outline. There's some interesting things. Normally, I would probably go in and clean up this. I wouldn't have number 1, 2, 3. I mean, I suppose I could. I could leave them there. But I would do the subheading backgrounds. Make this easier. Great idea, Matt. I don't know who suggested it to you or you came up with it on your own, but love it. Wonderful. So why couldn't I go to this actual product page of the manufacturer or somewhere, wherever it's listed, it's got good information. I could use that as a background, scrape that, clean it up, and get it more detailed. I could do the same thing with the specifications, reason to buy or reason to avoid. I mean, I could go find. So I was just having a conversation while in between recordings here, and someone asked me, how long do I spend on an article and I said, to be honest, even using ZimmWriter, depending upon what I'm doing, the quality output, again, I'm not creative and I like to do a lot of calculating and overthinking because I'm OCD and I know a lot of it has to do with math and word associations and entities. So when I'm manually editing, it takes me anywhere from between research and post 2 to 4 hours. And he was like, wow, so fast? I'm like, well, yeah, I've kind of have a routine, and And I generally follow the same things. Trying to make the videos, I don't do those routines because I'm trying to keep it focused on what I'm talking about and doing. Otherwise, I'd be bouncing between other software and using small pieces from each one. I like individual aspects of different tools. So if I'm spending a few $100s a month to do that, it's profitable. But generally speaking, the better that tools like ZimmWriter are getting, prompt engineering is getting more focused and better, and people are sharing. And as that increases, as the output will get better. And so I think over time, some of those other tools may become less and less important. And I mean, each individual are going to be all adding the same features and functions over time. You know that. That's what any industry does. You emulate what's doing the best and try to improve upon it if you can, but don't break what's already working. So I'm going to run this. I'm not going to do individual backgrounds to get all this stuff. I'm assuming most of AI can figure out a lot of this stuff. And again, this is a sample. Generally speaking, and I will show you this. So we'll go like so. Let's find this. Sure, they got this here, but I'm going to go find it somewhere. There's the actual company, the manufacturer. This would be a great place to get all that stuff. What does it reach to? There's all your, yeah, I don't really care. I'm trying to see what and again, the brain working all the time, trying to see what I could look at in this and what I would do for like a custom outline and how I'd bring in some of this data from doing a penny arcade. Penny arcade is so undervalued. It has become my favorite tool. It's fantastic. And if you're creating an intelligent custom outline, it's even better. But this is fantastic. What would I do? Oh yeah, cool. Actual downloads or pages, PDFs? Yeah, never mind. Okay. Huh. So that's what I'd normally do. I'd go something like this, scrape this, let it see what it pulls in. But something this small, when you're talking about in the outline, oops. Things like specifications, I can put that in there. Reasons to buy, reasons to avoid, same thing. I can put things like this technology aspect. I can bring in the actual official terms that they're using, put it in the background. Will it pull it in? Maybe. I don't know. Sometimes it will, sometimes it won't. But it is a nice little thing to put. And I know as ZimmWriter improves, maybe that's something that will be addressed where it's in there. And I know we have custom keywords, but I would like to see that I could specifically say in this H2 section or H3 or whatever, have a separate keyword section that attempts to use those in that area of the content, kind of getting rid of some of the manual editing that is required later on. But yeah, if you're watching, Matt, there's a suggestion. Let's see. We're going to scrape this, set number of headings. How many did we have? 20. Oh, those are all H3s. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. So we'll say, what was that, 23, I think it said. Turbo, blah, blah, blah. We're not going to do backgrounds. I say blah, blah, blah a lot. I apologize. not? Cool. So I'm going to have this scrape. Did I do that? Yeah. I'll have the scrape and pause this, and I'll see you in a few minutes. Okay, so the SEO blog writer just got done. I already moved it over here and renamed it. So let's check out what it did. Keywords, keywords, keywords. There we go. And then we'll copy this. We'll put this into Dillinger. Copy. Open up Dillinger again. We don't need this anymore. There we go. Key takeaways. The Oni 16. The Freya. Coda. Specifications, reasons to buy. There's your table. Names the table. Avoid budget. The best budget. Nice. What I didn't look is that matching what they're saying? Number 1, the Una Karu 16. The Freya 12. The Coda 16. Let's see what it says. Reasons to buy. Okay. Minimal setup, easy to use, large cooking area. Excellent heat retention, versatile. And it's pulling its own thing. Void accessories like a peel sold separately. No built-in thermometer. Alternative fuel sources. Oh, propane. That's interesting. Smart. I wonder if there's a way to put a... I have to experiment with that. If I had modified and put a specifications piece in there. If it could have pulled that out. I'm going to try that in another run later on. Wow, I'm so impressed, Matt. Okay. So, drop that down. We still have that pasted over here. So let's take all this. We're going to copy this. And show you how each one of these turned out. So we'll go back to NeuronWriter. Remember, this didn't turn out that well. This is using the SEO writer and the custom outline that we not custom outline, but the outline that we copied from that website and allowed AI to do its thing. And we did a generalized background for a global background. Didn't clean it up. I just said scrape and write. So how to do on terms and,
usage and all this stuff. 9,000 word article almost. Okay. Not too bad. A 61 from the start. That's pretty good. Hasn't been modified, hasn't been cleaned up. Now, this is where it gets fun. And you can try and use these extended terms, but I will try to go in and do them manually at this point. And this is where manual editing comes into play. You have to be smart about what your subject matter is, who's chasing it, who wants it, address their pain points, issues like that. You do your nice layouts, colors, artistic work, make it look pretty. I've showed this more than once, but there is a good tool here. We can create an FAQ down here, and let's make that an H2 and then return that, and there we go. Over here, back to the advanced writing section. If you've got enough code, you can do this. You can go to advanced, unused terms. Let me do that again. Under the advanced, there's under AI writing, there's an advanced tab. If you've got enough code stacked, you can do these wonderful extra things. And this is really, really smart stuff. It often needs to have the formatting cleaned up. We know that using GPT Turbo doesn't really follow rules that well. So we're going to have it write this FAQ with these missing terms, and let's see what happens. It doesn't take that long. This is the default settings. It is, again, it's going to be running on GPT 3.5 Turbo. How well does it do? Let's watch. We're at 61, right up to 78. Not bad. So brought in those missing terms. You'll notice I don't have to reformat this really. So doing this on Turbo, they've written their prompts to really work for that. And so, but if you do this in GPT-4 and you're really trying to make sure it follows those instructions, the formatting comes out ugly. The headers aren't right. They're showing some of the wrong formatting, and it makes it here so everything might be in H1. And so you got this big long paragraph of a fact that is in H1. So there are some room for improvements within NeuuronWriter as far as that's concerned. I'm sure they're working on it. Again, today is the 14th, and on the 21st, I'm pretty sure that they are releasing an update that is including new features, new functions, and interface updates. So once that comes around, I will go through that option again. What else can you do with this? This really allows you, let's go back over here. You'll notice still missing an H1 header, the 3. So let's go check that out. Wow, look at that. So, meet up that. It's in the meta. Meta description, meta title. Is it in there? I think, yeah. Missing some of the extended text we could probably bring in there. Back over here, back to content terms. Let's see what's not used at all. Oh yeah, that really wouldn't be hard. You can talk about, you can do Neapolitan pizza on there, or add your wood-fired pizza, because this talks about some of these can do burn with wood. So it really wouldn't be that hard to bring up those expected terms that NeuuronWriter wants. This is a basic. I'm not going through and doing Grammarly and showing all that, but this was a real. I hope this was really useful for some people. There are other tools and other things that you can do in here, and maybe I'll cover some of that in another video. Again, I'm not really trying to focus specifically on NeuronWriter. It is a tool in the tool set to use, and I will cover that. It's just right now I'm trying to focus more on developing content on helping people to make the best use of ZimmWriter for their content creation. Anyhow, another half hour. I appreciate you all. As you can see, the best real two options are doing the penny arcade. I mean, truly, I mean, that's just really a fantastic tool. And the SEO writer, blog writer. So thank you very much. Like, share, subscribe, leave comments below. If the description is done right now or later today or tomorrow, always check it out. I do have links in there for affiliate codes. Some people get bonuses. Some people are better pricing. Check it out. We always try to make sure that the only codes I put below are related and associated with this. As a reminder, again, check the course site in the blog. I do have that all those free resources for keyword research, either videos or training, blogs, software online tools, a Windows application that you can download that is also free. I trying to develop this so that you can do all these wonderful content creation using free resources. So again, thank you all very much for spending your time with me. Have a great week.